Both Republicans and Democrats all agreed and cheered for what the president said, such as this lovely moment when even Nancy Pelosi leapt out of her seat for a standing ovation. If you listen closely, you can actually hear her hip pop out of socket.
Joining us in the gallery is the true and legitimate president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido. Mr. President, please take this message back to your family.
The true and legitimate president of Venezuela. Never mind that no one voted for that lunatic to be president of Venezuela. Never mind that 150 out of nearly 200 countries around the globe don't recognize him as the president of Venezuela. Never mind that when he tried to get the military to join him in the streets, he only got 7 guys and a surly labradoodle. Never mind any of that. Our entire Congress will stand and cheer for this ridiculous coup leader and our economic war against Venezuela that has killed over 40,000 people.
Even now, Nancy Pelosi is going to even side with the guy that won't shake her hand. She's going to rip up his speech, but what is she going to agree with him on? She's going to agree with him on imperialism and killing other people and stealing their natural resources for oil companies. They agree on imperialism, the thing we got to stop the most, the thing the left and the right agrees on the most, which is stopping these stupid regime change wars for capitalism so we can steal their natural resources, which is what this is again in Venezuela. You're going to see how they're both in on it. The worst thing possible, they're both in on it. They're for terrorizing, doing terrorism on other countries so we can steal their natural resources for American corporations. And so let's just watch. It'll be fun. Here we go.
Our country, and that's exactly what we're doing. We are rebuilding our country. As we restore American leadership throughout the world, we are once again standing up for freedom in our hemisphere. That's why my administration.
So you know what Trump so in case you're new to this show, we've covered the Venezuela thing, and he's an imperialist motherfucker who wants to knock off a democratically elected president of a country so they can steal their corporation buddies can steal their fucking natural resources. And that's what's going on in Venezuela. And if you don't know what's going on, go look at the other videos and segments we've done on this and reports we've done on this from people inside, with people independent reporters inside Venezuela, not hacks who work for ABC News or Univision. Real, actual reporters paid by nobody who are there just reporting. We've done that stuff. So if you think so, what Trump is doing here is he's lying to you so that Shell Oil can go, could use our Marines to go knock off a democratically elected president in another country. So, you know, Venezuela has more oil than Saudi Arabia, right? Okay, now you know why they give a shit about Venezuela, right? And there he is. There's your guy that you voted for Trump because he was a non-interventionist. He's the worst of them. Here he is. And Nancy Pelosi goes right along with him.
Maduro is an illegitimate ruler, a tyrant who brutalizes his people. But Maduro's grip on tyranny will be smashed and broken. Here this evening is a very brave man who carries with him the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of all Venezuelans. Joining us in the gallery is the true and legitimate president of Venezuela, Juan Guaido. Mr. President, please take this message.
She couldn't wait to stand up. She couldn't wait to leap out of her chair.
Juan Guaido is a CIA puppet installed by American corporations and our intelligence community. And Nancy Pelosi and Trump are both in agreement on imperialism, terrorism, us committing terrorism, and murder. And you'll never hear this on MSNBC or CNN or read it in the New York Times or the Washington Post. I doubt you'll hear this same commentary on any other YouTube show, but that's the fact. Because most other YouTubers are blue no matter who. I am fucking not. I will not vote for a Nazi light. I will not vote for somebody who stands with Trump to applaud a CIA puppet. I will not vote for that. I will not be complicit because that makes me complicit. I'm not doing that. So if you want to oppose Trump, you better find a good way to do it. Nancy Pelosi is not your way to oppose Trump. Nancy Pelosi is Trump. They just passed his entire legislative agenda. And then she comes out here and applauds his imperialism. And that's the thing, that if you like Trump, you're supposed to hate these foreign wars.
You know, it's incredible. Every time we've ever talked about like a State of the Union on this show, and every time like a State of the Union's happened with Trump, it is literally a war rally. Like, that's exactly what it is. They are just war rallies. And if any other country in the world did something like this for like a State of the Union, we'd use it as an excuse to cause conflict with them.
That's right. It's exactly right. Well, it's because, again, we don't have an independent media in this country, and the independent media is this, and they throttle us and try to delegitimize us at every turn. Here's what Kyle Klinsky said. Nancy Pelosi enthusiastically claps for Trump, calling Guaido Venezuela's president. Democrats are complicit in war crimes and illegal coups. Yeah. Which is why it took them so long to find a crime to charge him with an impeachment. Because the Democrats had a hard time finding a crime that Trump committed that they were complicit in. Mm-hmm.